Hi, welcome to a very special edition of the Libertarian Alternative. Today's guest is one of the Libertarian Party's best motivational speakers. His name is Richard Boddy. Once he sought our presidential candidacy, and he's ran for office many, many times as a Libertarian. Here he is today. I'm very proud to present Richard Boddy.
Thank you, Mark. Hello, I'm Richard Boddy, and I am a Libertarian, as it says, and I'm going to share with you what the heck is a Libertarian, because people ask me that all the time. So we figured we'd tell you. We the willing, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. That's who we are. Let me just start off by sharing with you some premises before we get underway to let you have an idea of where I'm coming from. I happen to believe that those who do more should get more and those who do less should get less. I do not believe that success is sinful. I do not think that poverty is a virtue, and I know that poor people cannot help other people who are poor. I don't have all the answers. I'm just sharing with you. And that gives you a little bit of an idea where I'm coming from. Also, I will let you know up front that I happen to know that, that utopia is not an option. So as I share what libertarianism is, or what the heck is a libertarian, I want you to remember that utopia is not one of our choices. There are only three possible outcomes. Number one, things can remain as they are, which I, as a libertarian, politically am not too satisfied with. Or things can get a heck of a lot worse. And that's a great possibility considering some of the policies of the present administration in Washington, D.C. Or things can improve. Utopia is not one of those choices. We are talking about improving the human condition. And secondly, you've seen this before probably on bumper stickers, but another thing we'll be sharing with you is the old TANSTAAFL. Some people call it TANSTAAFL, and some of you know what it is. TANSTAAFL stands for there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. So, what do libertarians believe generally? Libertarians believe that a person, all people, own themselves, own their honestly acquired property, own their bodies, own their own minds. Libertarians believe that there's no such thing as an inferior or superior person when it comes to rights. Athletics, that may be a different story. Libertarians believe that there are only two basic legitimate functions of government: to defend people's rights, and in that defending of people's rights, that includes such things as defense, courts, and police. And also, libertarians believe that people should be left alone unless they call for help. The Libertarian Party has been in business since 1972, but most Americans don't know it. It seems to me that that's not a mistake. That might be by design. But I'm not saying that. The Libertarian Party is the only political party in the United States of America that is working in a principled and consistent way for everyone's liberty on every issue. All the time, 365 days a year. We just don't pick them. It is a consistency. Let me just read to you the preamble to the Libertarian Party's platform. As libertarians, we seek a world of liberty, a world in which all individuals are sovereign over their own lives, and no one is forced to sacrifice his or her values for the benefit of others. We believe that respect for individual rights is the essential precondition for a free and prosperous world. That force and fraud must be banished from human relationships, and that only through freedom can peace and prosperity be realized. Consequently, we defend each person's right to engage in any activity that is peaceful and honest and welcome the diversity that freedom brings, not that government forces. The world we seek to build is one where individuals are free to follow their own dreams in their own ways without interference from government or any authoritarian power. And then we go on, and I could read to you my long statement of principles, but I won't do that. I'll just give you some more insights as to things about the Libertarian Party. The goal of the Libertarian Party is, liberty. You didn't figure that out, huh? Yeah, that's it. The principles that guide the party are those that sparked the American Revolution. Americans fare better than people in other countries, and we all know that. But our prosperity is the result of freedoms won over 200 years ago. There's been an erosion of these freedoms. Some of you know that. The cornerstones of the Libertarian Party are free market economics, non-interventionist foreign policy, and sovereign rights of individuals. Libertarians are people who believe in small government and really mean it. Libertarians mean small government with no excuses, no exceptions. For libertarians, the excesses of government are their best recruiters. What is a libertarian? A libertarian is a conservative that gets high. A libertarian is a liberal who has read an economics book. There are 5 basic tenets that we as libertarians believe. Self-ownership, the absolute right to defend yourself and your property, no criminal possession laws, no tax on productivity, and sound money. Unlike Democrats and Republicans, our goal as libertarians is not to govern other people, but rather to provide ideas by which people can govern themselves. The libertarian is a person who believes that no one has the right under any circumstance to initiate force against another human being or to advocate or delegate that initiation of force. Those who act consistently with this principle are libertarians. Those who do not act consistently with this principle are not libertarians. Matters not what they call themselves. Libertarian is the person who is socially tolerant and fiscally responsible. We've seen or heard the throwings around of socially liberal and fiscally conservative or something along those lines, but that's not libertarian. That's our new governor. But a libertarian is one who is socially tolerant and fiscally responsible. A libertarian is a person who believes that they have the right to be left alone. I have a colleague from Michigan years ago made this statement, which I think is relevant, that you may be interested in understanding. Libertarianism is the moderate position between the 2 extremes of mandatory compulsion and mandatory prohibition. And I'll repeat that because that's an eye-opener. Libertarianism is not an extremist position. Libertarianism is the moderate position between the 2 extremes of mandatory compulsion, which we have today, or mandatory prohibition, which we have today.